Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How's everyone doing? Hope you guys had yourself a green day yesterday. Hope you had a fantastic morning. Hope everyone is doing well. All right, so market opens in 15 minutes. So we're gonna jump into the futures, the VIX, the components as we do every time, and we're gonna see what the plan is today. We don't have anything major per se today, but we do have CPI tomorrow, right? So also keep in mind that midterm elections were yesterday. So it's gonna be, we might start seeing some results of those trickle in today. So let's jump in the market and see what's going on. All right, so Roblox here was at least a success. We're gonna go over, of course, earnings plays from yesterday. But yeah, let's just first start with the. Actually, let's just go over very quickly the earnings. Now we're gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till like some more people show up, so everyone, 'cause some people. I'm sure you guys want to know what to exit, when to get in, all this stuff. So, I'm just gonna give it a minute here. Till then, let's have a quick look out at our futures and see what's going on here with the market. So, if any of you guys have been looking at the futures today, man, this is this is absolutely crazy, right? So we've been getting very wild swings up and down pre-market, and I'm guessing as results come in, midterm results come in, we're seeing like these big jumps up and down because I'm not really seeing anything else, that could possibly affect the market. I could be mistaken, but I'm guessing it's as results come in, and we get a clearer picture of what's going on. We're getting these wild swings. I took a few scalps, in the futures account, which we haven't touched in a long time. I think maybe like this week or at least the next week, we're gonna have a few days where we just trade futures. We'll still call out option plays, obviously, but like, yeah, we really been neglecting the futures account, so we're gonna have to go back and touch base with that. Now, if you look here at the chart that I've been zooming at, which is the 1 hour chart for the futures, we see here that, of course, we went down. We have been testing the 50 MA, which we haven't done for a long time. Right? It's been a while. It's been a minute since we touched the 50 MA here on the hourly. And first test, of course, was met with a rejection, bounce off, and then, we tried the 21 MA, failed, went back down again, then hard reject here. We bounced right back off it. And at the moment, again, another failure to break down below. This all strikes me really as a consolidation sort of thing because if we just, zoom out a little bit here and see the price action that we've been having for the past 2 days since the beginning of the week, for the most part, really, it is a consolidation move, just sideways chop. Now, if we look on the other hand on the 1 day, we see us for very like we see a little bit more like concise action here is action that makes a little bit sense, right? So we tested 2 days ago at the beginning of the week, we tested the 50 MA, right? Big green day, tested 50 MA, and then the next, of course, we were able to break through at the open of the next day. And then, of course, we tested it as support. It was a success, right? And it looks like we're going for another retest here again, right? So if we are able to hold the 50 MA on the 1 day chart, we already spoke about this. Our next level will definitely be the 200 MA here, which since the beginning of this crash has only been tested twice, actually, right? So tested once here and failed. And of course, the very famous Jackson Hole meeting day, and of course tested here and failed, right? So if CPI is good tomorrow, there's very, very high chances that, we go up and test it one more time. Now, we've covered this, but I'll just cover this again in case you guys are wondering. From a structural standpoint, we have here a low, a higher low, and another higher low. So of course, it goes without saying that, we are in a bullish trend or a mini bullish trend so far. We can very clearly see that here. We're back to CPI levels, sorry, to FMOC levels, where, of course, Jerome Powell famously gave us the super bearish, like remarks after that idiot that screwed everything up for us. But yeah, it is what it is. So it seems for now that we're consolidating, which makes super sense if you think about it. Like, who wants to get in like big money? Why would they get in now when they can just wait tomorrow and see, hey, CPI cools off, we have nice numbers like the analyst expects. Cool, it's gonna be a huge bull run. I will get in the day after or the day off, right? But if not, then why should I risk it? Why get in now, right? When I can guaranteed know where I'm going in or how things will be tomorrow, right? So it makes perfect sense. And of course, they're probably also waiting for the midterm elections, all of them to come in. So that's another important thing here. So this consolidation here makes sense. Also, don't forget we have been going up for quite a bit. So taking a breather is not the worst thing of all. Now, as for plays for today, I will definitely be watching this here. I'll definitely be watching the 50 MA, which has been tested a lot of times. So if we clear this, right, and we've seen here the wicks also ending at 3,813. So if we go to the equivalent of that in the SPY or SPX, we go below. For me, this is a very clear, like calls play, sorry, puts play, and I'll be getting inputs. But if not, if things don't work out that way, if we're unable to hold the 50 MA or these lows, then yeah, I guess it's time for calls, right? We hold this 50 MA, we break through the 21 MA, very easy calls here, right? And I will play them all the way to 3,866. By the way, we break 3,866. That is kind of this was the high of the week, right? Or this run, let's call it, right? We'll break that. It is very bullish momentum. You're gonna see nothing but buys, buys, buys all over the place, right? Right. So that being said, the next thing we like to look at right away after the SPY futures is, of course, our favorite friend, the VIX, right? So the VIX has been our friend lately, giving us divergences that we have been able to capitalize on. But what is the VIX doing lately, right? So same thing, pretty much going hand in hand with the market, right? So this is not tanking or running. It's just, consolidating here. Very obvious, right? You can see it on all charts. You can see on the daily chart here, consolidation, on the hourly chart, consolidation, and of course on the 5-minute chart, consolidation here. So we're not really seeing anything crazy. Now, of course, it's been stuck at the 25.6 level here, right? So this is all morning. So if we are able to break through that, that of course will be bearish for spies, and that would be a trigger for us to get into calls. But of course, on the other hand, if we see break through the 25.3 line, then obviously we would go into you know calls for the SPY. Now, I am eyeing a long-term VIX call here, but I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to talk about it and see if it works. Because if CPI is bad, I think VIX is very close to the point where it spikes really hard. We've been talking about these trend lines, right? And it's getting to a place where it's extremely tight. And we know what happened when lines converge and they get very, very tight. The MAs or trend lines or supports and resistances, you get a very explosive move in one direction, right? So I think we're gonna get an explosive move on VIX soon. The question is it up or down? So we're gonna have to see. All right, so let's before we get into everything else, let's see who is here with us. We don't have a big turnout today. Angelique says good morning. Ash, good morning, everyone. Good morning to Angelique. Thank you so much for joining us. Angelique is asking, why do you have 4 windows open? We discussed that. You might have not been there, but basically, this is how I prefer to trade. So I have here the 1 day chart, the 1 hour chart, the 5 minute chart, and the 1 minute chart. This way, when I'm trading, I can very quickly and very easily just look at if we're about to approach the 200 MA on the 1 hour, which is gonna be like important resistance level, or the 50 MA, for example, on the 1 day, which is also gonna be an important level. So this is my preferred method of trading. Now, of course, if you have 2 monitors, it will make life a lot easier for you. But this is just something we're doing here just for the stream, right? So it'll make things easier for us. Now, huge, big, fat candle here on the VIX. VIX is now up 0.5%, right? And it's testing the upper limit of the channel of today, close to the opening. So that's interesting. I'm sure, of course, it's accompanied, here, by, of course, a sliding down in the futures. So like I said, we've been getting these sort of moves all day here. It's gonna be a very interesting day today. Looks like it's a chop day, trying to be a bearish day so far. Like it's really trying to go bearish here. I would not be super worried unless we lose the 50 MA on the daily chart. As long as we have that here for the futures, I'm okay with that. Cesian says, good morning. Morning to you, my good friend. How's it going? Angelique says, okay, thank you. You're welcome. All right, so earning plays. So we had Affirm, Disney, and Roblox yesterday. So, all right. So Affirm Man, Affirm was a huge disappointment. I was very wrong on that one. Results came in pretty damn bad, right? It was not what we were expecting whatsoever, right? Misses. I wouldn't call it too bad, but it was still bad, and Affirm went down quite a bit yesterday. It's now down 13%. So yeah, definitely, our calls are gonna open to pretty much nothing, right? They're gonna get absolutely smashed. But hey, it is what it is. Hopefully, you're one of those people who bought in here and maybe sold here or trimmed here. I was not one of those people. But yeah, this is just a straight up back call. Like, not much you can do about it. I would say the learning thing that I learned from this is, we should have shifted with the options flow yesterday, since we saw them go very bearish. And also, I'm guessing, like, I was very bullish on it because all most finance companies were benefiting from increased rate hikes. But like, again, Affirm and Upstart are ones that only like deal with like mortgages and stuff like that. So they're only very interest rate specific. Like, they don't have like loans and stuff like that that people will still have to do, no matter, even if the rates are high, right? So it's not like a home or stuff like that. It's a TV, right? The stuff like that, and people will not pay high interest for a TV. They'll skip it for a while, right? So yeah, that was obviously hindsight 2020, but that was like a straight up bad call here, right? So Affirm, we got that one right. Sorry, Lift, we got that one right. Affirm, that was wrong. So yep. All right, so Disney, we also got wrong, but in my defense, like it says here, like overly bullish flow. My gut says they miss with the Netflix beat and the China park shutdown, but I went with the flow, right? So again, like I said here, maybe someone knows something I don't know. So like, I don't know. Like, it's a zero sum game, especially with the streaming services. If Netflix is doing well, then everyone else is not doing well, right? And vice versa. Like, it's an absolute zero sum game. You like, it's a set amount of users, right? And yes, there can be overlap. You can have a Disney subscription and a Netflix subscription, but for the most part, people only have one, right? So yeah, I mean, like, I should have gone with my gut here, but the flow was very bullish, so I just went with it. So I would say probably the learning experience here, just go with your gut, right? Sometimes the flow is not everything. And finally, we have today here, our only play for today is Roblox. And yeah, they missed, right? And I'm pretty sure anyone, a monkey could have called this, right? Roblox is not really a good company anymore. It was a fad. It is not a company deserving to be public, in my opinion. Penny stock at best. Not as bad as Carvana, but again, where is all the money going? Where is the R&D? Where is the new games? Where is all that stuff? They're just like, it's a fad. It's for kids. Kids get bored very quickly. It's a game, and let's be honest, like, you can't even blame kids and say they get bored quickly. What kid will play the same game for like 10 years in a row, right? So, yeah, like, we need to see a lot more from Roblox, but if they keep, like, the keep just doing what they're doing right now, yeah, this thing is gonna head like below 10 very quickly. But yeah, Roblox, that one we got right. So tomorrow, before the open, we have AstraZeneca. If you want to play that, I am not going to play that. I even say it here. We'll probably end up skipping this. It's a very small implied move. This really feels to me like a high risk, low reward situation. Most pharma companies already had their earnings, so like the company right now is pricing in a beat. Everyone is pricing in a beat, so does not really make sense to me here to be playing this. If they beat, they go up a little bit, and if they lose, they have a lot on the downside. Because they'll be one of the very few companies that did not beat or missed. So I am just gonna skip the AstraZeneca thing. It's not really worth it in my opinion. But you guys feel free, of course, to take calls if you want to. So yeah, it looks like earnings for this week will be just like split, two misses, two wins, which is not bad. But I would have preferred like at least a 3 out of 4. Should have gone with my guy with Disney. Affirm, just straight up back call. This one, yeah, like this is, uh, you know, yeah, like even like if I saw like bearish activity, I probably would have gone with calls anyway. So yeah, there's one way or the other, I was gonna get this wrong. All right, the dollar gaining some strength here, recovering a little bit after the big drops that we saw, the past couple of days. So we see here, of course, the dollar just absolutely falling off a cliff from 113 all the way down to this low here of 109. Now, if we get some slight bullishness today, I think this is just temporary. It's just taking a breather, right? If it fails this resistance line here, we can definitely see going down some more. So just something to keep an eye on here. VIX just doing what the SPY has been doing all day, right? We see it again, just chopping, chopping, chopping. So the market opened. So let's quickly jump in here to our SPY and see what the SPY has for us here. Any thoughts on coin down 6.5%? Thinking maybe cold calls. Probably I am thinking what you're thinking. Let me just have a look here. Again, I'm from what I'm seeing here, like the outflows in crypto and all that stuff, it does seem to have kind of cooled off a little bit for now, right? So it does seem, wow, the coin, because it's not really moving here for me. What the coin just is my trading view not working properly or the coin get halted? Wow. Uh, let's have a quick look here. Let's just refresh. Cause that'd be crazy if coin just got halted, right? All right, coin. Wow, looks like coin got halted, I think. Can anyone confirm here? Is anyone seeing any action on their chart for coin? Or did it just get halted? It's not halted. Yeah, I guess my thing is screwed up because it's still showing like pre-market for some reason. Uh yeah, TradingView sucks. Yeah, TradingView absolutely sucks. Well, I can't really comment on client for now because I can't see the chart. So I'm just gonna move on and I'm gonna go back to the SPY. Hopefully we get some nice plays here. So let's see. All right, SPY up 0.5%. That is definitely interesting. Or is it again? It's still showing me pre-market. Okay. Again, yeah. Okay, so here's the problem. I thought the market open now. The market is not open. I'm sorry, guys. The daylight saving thing is screwing with me. I'm very sorry. I was under the operation. The market open now. I'm an idiot. I'm very sorry. I'm gonna get one of those like apps that just like rings when the market opens or something like that because this is the third time in a row where the daylight savings screw with me. Yeah, so the market opens still in 25 minutes. Uh okay, my bad. My bad. Uh okay. Citizen says not halted. Angelique said coin is down 3. No, it's down 6%. It's actually a little bit more than 6%. Let's see here again. Yeah, 6.8%. Almost like $3.50. So calls for coin, it makes sense, right? So I would say coin calls make perfect sense to me, honestly. Why? Because like okay, fine, like coin is taking a beating because of Ethereum, Bitcoin down, everything. Yeah, I get that, but most importantly, like think about it, like where are all these FTX outflows going? Are these people gonna just hold their coins in crypto wallets and that's it, game over? I don't think so. I don't think that's it, right? That doesn't make sense to me. I think these people are gonna rotate back to either Binance or Coinbase, right? And honestly, Coinbase, I don't like it like as a platform, but it is the safest place you can park your crypto right now. Coinbase is a public company. Its financials are audited every quarter and every year, right? It has a big shareholder base. It has a lot of people to report to, right? It will probably be a very big recipient and of like advantages from regulation and stuff like that because they're a public company. I don't know. Like I think the safest place to be right now. if you have to be on a platform, is Coinbase. I am a Binance user myself. I use Binance. I prefer Binance. I like the futures and all the stuff. I have a Coinbase account, but I don't use it. To me, no, like if I had to, I mean, of course, my advice to all of you guys is move your money just to your crypto to a cold wallet because nothing is safe now. But will coin like what, like how much, honestly, like how much will coin be affected from this move that's happening now? And like the actual answer here is not really much, right? Crypto will bounce back, eventually, or settle down, but people are not gonna leave their coin accounts, that quick, right? So, and even the few who do will eventually realize that this is nothing, and they'll go back to it. If anything, I believe coin has a lot more to gain by being, one of the few remaining very, very, very trusted publicly listed companies. Binance is not publicly listed, right? Who knows what's going under the hood there? Right. So, but Coin does not have this similar affliction. Coin is publicly listed, finances audited, right? So we've seen scams, of course, with publicly listed companies, but this is a very big publicly listed company. So I would say it's a lot more assuring to be there. So I'm sure, all the media outlets and all the big players are probably going to start saying that very, very soon. And we see a big surge or pump in coin, right? So coin down 16%. Is it justified? I don't think so. I think it's an overreaction. Fine, it might not go back to where it was, right? In like high 50s. But I think after this, like people are gonna stop freaking out. People already stopped freaking out, by the way. Like this is just a delayed reaction, right? But like once like people realize, hey, this is the bottom, it's not as bad as people think, yeah, you're gonna see crypto coin go up very, very, very quickly, right? So that's my thinking here. So yeah, I think coin calls, I think they are the play here. I'll probably be adding today some more coin calls, but get time. If you want to go coin calls, get time, because it might take time for the dust to settle here. So but I think we get at least a relief rally once people are like certain that, hey, like crypto is done bleeding. Yeah, we get at least, at the very least, a nice big spike, a relief rally. So we're gonna see. All right. So, Sizian is saying coin does suck indeed. Used it once, took 11 days for cash to settle. Damn, son. For me, no, it didn't take that much time. I don't like the platform. They don't have many options. Like, I don't like it. It's not my favorite. Uh, I didn't have issues with cash settlements and all that stuff. But hey, I'm a trader, right? So I like Binance because it gives me the option to do derivatives, right? Like futures and stuff like that. They even have options there for other thing. It gives me just more options. They have a lot more tokens. I remember for me, getting into other coins was one of the major reasons why I stopped using Coinbase, because I wanted to get into different coins, altcoins, or not so popular coins, and Coinbase just was not listing them. So it's kind of very limited. So I'm not saying it's the best company out there for people who want options. I'm saying it's one of the safer companies out there, and a lot of people will be looking for safety in the next coming month, right? So safety is going to be very paramount when it comes to crypto, in my opinion, at least. Jay Smooth, good morning, my friend. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right. So, okay. So now that we actually know that I'm an idiot and the market is not, did not open 9 minutes ago, and we have 20 more minutes to go, so hey, yeah, let's actually use this opportunity. It's a fantastic opportunity for us to actually look at the components of the market and possibly come up with some nice plays and levels here for us to look at, right? So let's start with Tesla. So Tesla, what did I tell you guys? Who called us first? I told you, like, this is very reminiscent of the times when Elon Musk was selling, right? I told you this, like, I've been saying this for the last 2 days. Now, like an idiot, I went and I bought Tesla anyway. But still, like, the idea here is, yeah, we have been getting all this downward selling pressure because Elon Musk is an asshat. He's an asshole. He is working overtime to make everyone hate him lately, right? So, uh, yeah, again, Elon Musk strikes, right? Like, I swear to God, like, I feel like I only get on Tesla when fucking Elon Musk is selling, right? This is exclusively the time when I buy. right? If Elon Musk is not selling, I'm probably not buying Tesla. Man, this is just crazy. Right. So Cool Whip is saying it's time to switch to puts, and this is why I want to talk about this. No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe, but not from what we're seeing right now. Why? This is around the time where Elon Musk around announces, and it was sometime yesterday, right? That hey, he is selling. I mean, he doesn't announce shit. Like as the Form 10, like I said, if he's selling, sooner or later, the form has to come out. He is legally obligated to do that. And what do we get? Right? We get a gap up, and Tesla by the way was up like 1.5% for the majority of the pre-market. This is only very recently it went down. If Elon Musk is selling and people are going to freak out, are we up? I mean, with this drop, right, and it went down to just fill this gap, but with this drop it is still up 0.2%. Why the hell is Tesla up to almost 0.2% at its high 1.6% pre-market if Elon is selling and people are freaking out, right? It makes zero sense. Either A, right, and it can be only like there are only very very limited scenarios in this situation. Either A, we're gonna get the sell off later, right? The market opens, right, and people who heard the news overnight, they're just waiting for the market to open for a sell off, and I think we get that either way, right? But how big the sell off is gonna determine a lot of things. Or B, this is it. People think this is it. People think that the only bearish thing that was putting Tesla down was Elon Musk. He is done selling. There will be no more selling, right? And we are free to ride now into the sunset, with everything bad behind us. Elon Musk is done. So the guy sold $4 billion. You have to ask yourself a very simple question. Why in God's green earth is he selling, right? Because he said very clearly that, hey, I will not be selling. If the deal comes through, I'm done. I already sold. I'm actually doing the initial selling, so I don't have to sell after I acquire Twitter. Obviously, he's a liar. Obviously, this is not the case, right? Obviously, he just lied to us. So, was he doing this purposely, or was he a liar, or was he forced to? I think he was forced to, right? Because it seems that Twitter is not what everyone thought it would be, especially him. It seems the things that he promised his people were not, like exactly how they seemed. But I don't think this is the main thing. The main thing here is that Elon Musk has been a fucking clown on Twitter, right? And for a long time, was scared off investors, was scared off a lot of people. And add to that, like again, people are leaving Twitter. The advertisers, they're leaving Twitter not because they're scared of what Elon Musk is saying. They're leaving because there was this convention that happened once a year, and and again, like this is where Twitter like gets pretty much like 20% of its ad budget. They get commitments for the full year in that specific convention, right? It's some ad sales thing, right? And apparently this is the industry norm. And I don't know, I don't remember exactly what happened. Either they didn't show up or like did not prepare for it, something, right? But that never happened. Twitter, these companies are not in Twitter anymore, or they're pulling their ads because they never committed to it, right? There was no commitments done. This is why they're out. They're not pulling their ads as a statement. There was no deal in agreement, right? No contracts, no nothing. So I am guessing with that potential loss in revenue, the banks that are loaning Elon Musk the money started freaking out. Maybe there's a few margin hits, on all the stuff, and he was kind of asked that he's gonna have to put up more collateral, or pay up more cash, or they're not gonna cover. I don't know. Again, these are deals that have very specific guidelines. It's not like they will change their mind in the middle. I'm sure there was like key metrics, and once they trigger, Elon Musk has to do some stuff, and vice versa. So from what we're seeing here, this is not a freak out, right? I see Elon Musk selling, and I think he's not done selling. I'm getting out of my Tesla shares, right? This is why Elon Musk does not say, "Hey guys, I'm gonna sell Tesla, so get out now, but you can go in later." He doesn't say he's about to sell because everyone will get out. Tesla will be down probably like 20-30% in one day if he says that, right? Because fine, we know he's gonna stop selling after a certain point. That's obvious. He's not gonna sell into infinity, but like people will just sell their shares, right? Once he's done selling, they'll rebuy again, right? And I don't have to, get screwed over by Elon as I'm holding shares, and he's just, taking my money, literally in this case, right? So this is why he never says stuff like that. And this is the thing. I am guessing here for some reason we don't know, because I literally don't know why. Hey, I thought I saw the news. I was like, damn, Tesla. I should get out of calls and should get into puts. And then I opened pre-market, and this was around the time I looked at it, and it was up 1.5%. I was like, what the fuck? So the only logical conclusion I can come to is, for some weird reason that we don't know, people think that Elon Musk is done selling, right? And it's behind us, and now we can move on. So I don't know what the amount of money that he was required to put up. My best guess could be like the 5 billion number, because it was thrown around before, that it was required funding, right? So maybe that was it. Maybe like he sold 4 billion, he might be selling maybe 1 billion more or something like that. Or he's done. He has all the money he needs. But honestly, I have no clue. I looked for it all morning. I cannot find any sort of evidence, or to show us like whether he's done selling or he wants to sell some more. But from the market reaction I'm seeing, this is not people freaking out. This is people getting in Tesla, not getting out of Tesla, right? Look at after hours, steady. Look at the pre-market, big jump up and a ramp up all the way here. We were 194.9, right? We were at yesterday's high in the pre-market. Look at this. It's also like this literally became now a new resistance here. Look at this, right? This is the pre-market high, and this is yesterday's high, right? 195 almost, right? We hit that twice. Pre-market. After comes out that Elon is selling. Another possible scenario is that people are okay. They were like, well, it's a saying, right? Our worst fears lie in anticipation. We did not know for sure why Tesla was dropping. I personally was suggesting, hey, it's possible. It could be that, again, it's China lockdowns. People are going to lock down, the China factory. Elon Musk has been on the, CCP's, crosshairs for a while now. So that could be a possible reason. But turns out no, right? Turns out no. It was just Elon selling. So we don't have the worst case scenario happening, because Elon selling is bad. It is nowhere near bad as the Chinese Tesla factory shutting down. You will see Tesla down to scary lows if that happens. That will be a catastrophe, right? We've seen what happened to Apple. Imagine Tesla. Right? That will be a catastrophe to end all catastrophe. It'll be a very big drop, right? So yeah, I mean, another possible reason is people here like, this is not as bad as it seems. I'm gonna go back in. Hey, the dude will probably be done, is already either done selling or will be done selling very, very soon. So, I'm going in. So for me, maybe calls, I would not, puts only if we break yesterday's low, right? So for me, I would say puts here. Puts if Tesla is below 186.5, I would go puts. But for me, I would probably nothing. I already have a call, so I'm not gonna close it. I'm not gonna buy more either for now. I just want to see, wait and see what happens. We break 195. Hey, I'm gonna have more calls. We break 187. I'm probably getting out of my calls, but not going into puts. This is still an iffy situation. We don't have clear direction yet, right? So, yeah, this is my analysis on Tesla. Uh, Caddy says, "Hey Ash, how is Beyond's option chain looking like?" Well, let's have a look. Let's find out what Beyond option chains is like. Beyond. Okay, so premium buys, big buys above 100K. Let's see here. We have on the. Hold on, let's just reset this. All right, so it looks initially like a very mixed flow. Let's filter it down here a little bit. See if we can get, what do we have here above 10,000? Oh no, that's still SPX. Beyond. All right, so beyond above 10,000, again, from a just first glance, looks like, as you can see here, super bearish. Like, wow, like looks pretty damn bearish here, right? So not the best look initially. Let's see the chains themselves. So we have highest open interest and highest volume as well. Is the 18th of November put, which is like a couple of days out put, and we can see here actually. No, actually more bullish than it is bearish. 70% of the chain action has been bullish. On a puts chain, that usually means that people are selling puts, which means they are bullish on the on the chain here, right? The next one we have here by volume is 11 11. Oh, sorry, 11 11 is the 2 days out. 18 is 1 week out. 1111, 93%. Does not have super high open interest, but 93% of the action is bullish. Apparently, not people. A lot of people are interested in calls on this one. Looks like everyone's either like selling puts, or just buying them. And then we have here, I would say the second highest open interest, but the lowest at the same time, the lowest volume here on the top five is overwhelmingly bearish with 2 days out expiry, and 87% bearish, and only around 23% sorry, or 13% bullish. So kind of mixed, really, kind of mixed. uh I'm guessing Beyond misses, honestly. Like, I don't know if this is, if you want to check this for earnings, but my guess here is Beyond is gonna miss. uh Hold on, and let's see here. If this is an earnings play, you can let me know, or if you're just playing a swing or whatever, so I can like give you a bit more better analysis. Earnings. All right. So looks like it's an earnings play here for Caddy on the 9th, today after hours. So we can get a glimpse of numbers here Beyond by looking at Chef, right? So Tattoo Chef, let's see. Come on, Chef with tattoos. Let's see if they already had their earnings or not. I know they had their earnings. Nah, unfortunately not. No, they don't have earnings yet. Tattoo Chef would have been an excellent comparison for Beyond Meat. They're in the same industry, so I guess in this case, Beyond will be an excellent, like comparison for Tattoo Chef if they miss. Again, Beyond Meat has a super high short interest, because I was about to cover that when when I was doing the penny stock weekly watch list. Let me just show you this here, ortex.com. So if they do not miss, by the way, Beyond Meat is gonna run a lot, like a lot, a lot. It has very high short interest. I'm gonna check this now, but if memory serves, I think their short interest was around 50% of the free float, something like that, which definitely like it, you know, it's mostly again people expecting it to miss. This is why it has very high short interest, and I do think they will miss. But let's just have a look here. Let's see if there's any change in the short interest. Shorts. Yeah, look at that interest. Short interest is just like it's building up for the last 3 months. 20% increase in short interest. Let's see the past 7 days. Yeah, so for the past 7 days, 50% of the float is shorted. Literally half the company, half of the shares available out there are being shorted, right? This is a very, very high, percentage of a free float on loan, right? Estimated short interest is 41. Anything above 30, definitely high for sure, right? Cost to borrow is, a little bit elevated, dropping a little bit, but a little bit elevated here at 58. It's not cheap to borrow it. That means there's a lot of interest, a lot of demand for short shares. Okay. And short interest value is estimated at $300 million worth of shorts out there. So if in the very unlikely event that they beat, yeah, Beyond is gonna shoot up a lot, right? Right, like this is gonna be like one hell of a squeeze. But if they don't, and I believe that they're not gonna beat, uh, then yeah, like it's gonna go down. But the flow is bearish. Short interest shows that even shares activity is bearish. I am bearish for this very simple reason. That you can see here, the stock has not been doing well whatsoever. So yeah, again, like the whole industry, the whole like plant-based stuff, a replacement has not really been doing well at all. These companies went public in a time where it was at the top of the trend, at the top of the hype train, right? So a lot of people, even people who were not even vegan, right, or vegetarians, they went and bought the stuff because hey, like it was a trend, it was cool to buy it, right? So people wanted to try it out, but then he lost a lot of people, because the trend is over, right? So you only have people who specifically buy these things, right? And we've seen over and over again that interest has been waning. It's not my personal opinion. I'm just saying this based on a previous earnings report. I looked into Tattooed Chef. This is why I know these things. Uh, you're gonna have to be a little bit careful though. This thing is shorted to hell, right? So if it does squeeze, it's gonna be, if you are in shares, be very careful. I would not short with this one with shares. I'd be careful here, even though they're pretty cheap, but they are cheap for a reason. Very crowded short is a very dangerous short, right? And the tiniest thing could set this thing off. So we are well below IPO lows. Well, we are right now at all-time lows for the company. Uh, I think it follows in the steps of Tattoo Chef here, price wise, and it goes below 10. I think it's gonna have a big drop soon. I would straddle this one, or actually like a better way to play this is I would buy puts, and then you can hedge with shares if you like, right? If you want, you can buy a few shares as a hedge since they are cheap. But I would go puts. This is how I would play this one. But yeah, like I wouldn't want to short this with shares just because of the very high short interest. Very high short interest could really screw you with this one, so be careful. Uh, what coin calls would you get? I would get at, look, guys, just so you guys know, generally speaking, whenever possible, I buy at the money whenever I can. The only thing that will make me not buy at the money is just because I don't have the money to buy something at the money. That's it. If I don't have enough cash in my account to buy something at the money, this is the only reason why I'm not buying anything at the money. Otherwise, I always go at the money. It's the best R to R, right? And best ROI on your money. It moves very well and it still gives you that little bit of safety so it does not drop too much out of the money. You lose a lot of value, right? This is more, it has more, like extrinsic value than intrinsic. And I'm not really a big fan of that. So, uh, I'll definitely be buying stuff at the money, if I can. So that would be my answer to that. Uh, do you think Roblox would drop more? Possible, right? I've not seen any. Again, like if you want to know if they're gonna drop more or not, you just have to ask yourself a very simple question, right? Is like, did they say something in the earnings that gives people hope? Like, as someone who owns, don't think in your terms because you're a trader, right? You buy and you sell stuff. You don't hold it long term. Ask yourself is, do you think people who've been holding this for 1 year, 2 year, 3 years out, do they have any incentive to still stay? Right? Did management dangle a carrot, right, for these people to stay or not? And if you have an answer to this question, you're gonna have an answer to your question, which is will it drop more or not? I've not seen anything. Maybe I missed something, and if I have, like, guys, please do let me know. I've not really dug deep into Roblox. I probably will sell it at the open. But from what I've seen, I've not seen a carrot dangle at all, right? So, and in this case, it's just people getting out of the stock because, hey, it's no longer a good long-term investment, right? Did the management say, hey, we will make new games. Hey, we're gonna do, more versions, better update, whatever. Like, if the changes make sense and they're meaningful, then yeah, people will stay. But given the 15% drop, I don't know. I'm not really feeling Roblox gave people anything, worthwhile. So that would be my answer to that. Itachi says, I meant for expiry, sorry. No worries, my dude. I was just explaining a concept overall. Again, for expiry, for coin, get as much time as you can, 2 weeks at least, right? So I would say at minimum 2 weeks for coin. The move might happen sooner, right? But I would honestly, if you're gonna go a little bit out, this is why I said I'm not buying or selling anything today for coin. Wait till tomorrow. Why risk it, right? What if CPI comes in bad tomorrow? Coin is gonna get hit, right? So don't risk it. Okay, now the market is open. I know that because all the stocks are moving. Man, I'm such an idiot. All right. So, okay, so market open. Let's see what everything is doing here. We haven't looked at VIX and SPY because we're looking at other stuff. No biggie. Apple down 1%. Again, as always, Apple really likes dragging the whole market down with it. So, thank you, Apple, for that. Thank you for making life harder for us. Tesla down 1% itself, right? So, right, let's have a quick look at Apple here because I think that will be a very interesting play. Come on, come on, come on. All right, so this is the expected big candle down. Now, the important question becomes is that will we hold this here or is this gonna go up? So let's find out. Thoughts on Tesla after Elon announced he is selling more shares. Austin, we discussed that like in detail, I think around like 10, 15 minutes ago. So you can just like pull back the video and you'll be able to see it again. Uh, but basically, just very quickly, we're just looking for these two lines here. If you know, the idea is that we want to see, if it holds the 168 and people are truly freaking out. It was up pre-market, which we found it odd. So we're looking to see here if it can break 195, in which case calls. And if not, if it breaks the 186.5, then people are freaking out about the selling. They expect more selling, and in that case, then might be time for puts actually. So let's wait and see. Austin says, "Thank you. Yep, I'm late today. No worries, my friend. No worries." All right. So kind of holding its own a little bit here, right? Again, we expected this big candle at the open, right? So far, kind of okay, right? But we lose the 186 level. No, this would probably be the people freaking out part. This is the no thank you. Or asshole Elon is selling again. Right? Again, we don't have any confirmation from anyone that Elon's done selling. We don't know that he is done selling, right? And this is the scary part here. This red candle might cause people to freak out and then sell some more because they start thinking, hey, fuck, he's not done selling. Do the selling some more. Let's get out until we get confirmation that he's done. So, yeah, Elon needs to stop trolling and really start answering these important questions here because these are important questions and we really need to hear from him. Like he needs to stop talking about fucking, you know, uh, stupid stuff and fucking posting t-shirts and all and the $8 for his fucking Twitter account and please give us some important updates, address these important things because dude, this is how you made your money, your fortune, right? So maybe a little bit info on that would be appreciated. But let's see if he goes back to trolling and ignores the question. He has been radio silent since then, by the way. Something to keep an eye on, right? The dude has been radio silent since the news came out. Not a single tweet or anything like that. So I wonder if he liked anything, right? Because we know he's not on Twitter. The guy is on Twitter all the time. Nah, last like was 15 hours ago. Yeah, he's been maintaining radio silence. Yeah, slinking back in shame after he dumped on us. So, hmm all right. So let's see here. Should we hold our roadbook puts or sold? No, I sold mine. Like I said, I'm selling. I don't like holding earnings beyond the open. Just does not make much sense. But does not mean I mean if Roblox gets a nice move up, I'll probably get in for more puts actually. I think Roblox maybe does have the possibility to drop down some more. But as a rule of thumb, guys, I sell my calls, my puts, whatever, winners and losers. Like I sold a firm on Roblox. I didn't need to because I already placed a sell order before, right in the morning, right? I place my orders right away. I sell everything at the close and then I go in again. So, if there's an opportunity. So let's see Roblox here. How's it doing? Is it going up, down? Because if it's pulling back a little bit, then this could give us another opportunity, to get back in. All right, so it's up. It kind of recovered a little bit here. So this gives us a possible opportunity. What we have to decide now is whether this is going to go down some more or not, right? So, wow, this is actually a decent move up, right? So definitely a decent move up here in the pre-market. Hmm. Now, I definitely would not take calls on Roblox, to be honest with you. Way too scary, and does not make sense. It would go up. I would wait to see if it does hit the 50 MA here. If it fails at the 50 MA here, I'll probably go in for a put. But if it breaks through the 50 MA, then no play for me. I'm done. I'm out. Uh, Also, upstart affirm calls are pretty much done. Should I just hold them in small hope? Yeah, I mean, like I sold mine because honestly, if I can get a couple of bucks out of it, I would. My affirm calls are worth $2, right? I got $2 out of them. So, yeah, I think those are done. Like, you want to hold them. Like, I mean, like unless you need the $2 for something. But with the Ivy Crush and all that stuff, I don't really think there's much hope for them, in my opinion. Like even if a firm moves up, it's not gonna move up that much where you get that big effect. But it's up to you, of course. Like it's not like you're gonna get a lot of money like selling them or holding them. So you know, uh, let's see here. Uh, Thinking of Roblox leaps puts when you are saying they don't seem to have a plan. Yeah, I'm not really seeing the plan here. Like again, for leaps, I would need to do a lot more research into them, right? Before I go into leaps long term. Like I need to look a lot more in the company. Roblox is not a company I've been following. I see stuff here and there, but I have not been following it. Not like Amazon, not like Microsoft, not like these companies. So I would definitely need to do a lot more DD about leaps. So if you want like my personal advice, dig more into it before going into leaps, right? Like what I said is just like expectations based on general ideas and sentiment. So I wouldn't just jump into leaps. Leaps are long-term commitments. So I wouldn't just jump into leaps just like that. I'm only getting like $25 out of 1K. It's like done. Yeah, that's the bad thing about, like earnings. Like Roblox, I made like 150% on that, so that was cool. But Affirm, I lost 100% of the money. you know, uh, Earnings are very binary. They're very ones and zeros, right? There isn't much you can do about it. You're either gonna make a lot of money or you're gonna make nothing at all, right? So, but hey, that's the name of the game, right? It is what it is. So you can't really be too sad about it. You just take the losers, takes the winners, and hopefully you move to a place where more winners than you have losers. Uh, Thanks for the Roblox call. Saved me. You're very welcome, my friend. Very very welcome. Agreed. We move. Yeah, we move on. It is what it is. Won't be our first loss, and definitely not our first loss, and definitely not our last. We're gonna make calls that go wrong, guys. Like this is inevitable. We have to. It's odds, it's statistics, it's how the market are, it's the unpredictability of it. So, uh, yeah, does not mean, of course, we don't strive always to be better. So, check Tessie. I was actually about to see. Great minds think alike. What? Tesla's green? Oh, Tesla's up 1%. Man, like see, this is why I said no puts. Tesla, yeah, looks like people are no longer scared that much, with the Elon selling. Crazy, right? Crazy. Uh, yeah, I wouldn't really buy or sell this at the moment. I already have calls, so I'm keeping my calls. I would really look at these two levels here, the 195 and 186. Break 195, you guys can go nuts, get calls. Breaks 186, you guys can buy puts. I am personally staying put. I already have my calls. I'm not touching. Tesla is too volatile. It's too fucking crazy. It has a crazy CEO. It has crazier shareholders and investors. Uh, so I'm just gonna, I'm gonna just stay in my lane here, and I'm gonna hold my calls, and I'm gonna be quiet because this is terrifying. This is really terrifying. Like they announced that the CEO is selling shares, and it spikes up. I told you something is up. Hey, maybe again. See, this is the problem with Tesla. You really have to play the guessing game a lot, which I really hate. But maybe institutions funds the stuff they know, right? They spoke to Elon and he said, "Guys, I'm done selling. I was in a cash crunch, and I had like to get like the money somehow, but I'm done. I'm out. Feel free to go in." And they're now buying, right? So very possible, They, I don't know, right? Uh, Philip says, if Meta ends higher today, I may take calls. Makes sense. Meta has been showing relative strength lately. Look at that, up 6.5%. The market is just absolutely giddy with the layoffs, right? They're just loving it. And it makes sense, I always say this, guys. workforce, employment, salaries in this market with this recession will kill businesses. You need to get out, like reduce workforce as much as possible. And when you have bloated companies like Meta, like Google, like Pinterest, where they have people sitting around not doing much, and don't forget, all these companies overhired once the pandemic lockdowns, stopped. These companies overhired by a lot in case the lockdowns, happen again, and they wanted to lock in salaries because people were demanding a lot higher salaries, and now they have all this excess workforce, right? Especially with Meta, with the direction that they're heading at, right? So this is really giving people confidence that, hey, like next quarter, the earnings report will come out with a much, like trimmed, more sleek, a balance sheet, lower costs, and yeah, like just look at the distribution of the balance sheet for Meta for all these big companies, and you'll see how much admin and like pay they have. This will be the workforce and all the stuff. Again, like crazy, crazy, right? Yeah, so looks like Meta people are loving the news. Tesla is up, right? It's getting very close to the 195 level. About to get there actually right now, so that's bullish. Semiconductors are very sad today. I don't know what the hell is wrong with the semiconductor industries. AMD, Nvidia, Intel, MU all down by decent numbers. Is it just me, or has AMD and Nvidia up 3-4% every day? Like these are big numbers for companies of that size to just be every day willy nilly up 3%, up 4%. Like what the hell? Why the very big moves? I know Nvidia has earnings soon, right? So I know that much, but I don't think they're out yet, right? Nvidia on the 16th. It's still 2 weeks out. I don't know. This is just crazy, right? Uh, but yeah, very big moves from these guys. Very, very big. Look at this. Big, huge candles on the hourly. Just makes no sense. Tesla doing well. Looks like it's flirting with the resistance line here. If it breaks down, then yeah, I would say that could be a trigger for calls here for sure. AMD just dying, right? Like wants to break the low of the day here. Ugly. Will saying, "Are you calling Angelique crazy?" Of course I am, right? If she's in Tesla, she's crazy, and I am crazy because I'm in Tesla, and everyone else is in Tesla is crazy. Elon Musk is the king of crazy people, and we are his loyal following, right? It just, I don't know. It's why did I get back in Tesla? Again, I'm really questioning myself. Like, I have no clue why I got back in Tesla. I said I will stop trading this company, but yeah, you playing NVIDIA ER? Probably not. With what happened with AMD, you'd expect a huge drop, but then you had Intel beating and way too many conflicting fundamentals here. I'm not touching. I'm probably. I'm not. I'm not yet. Like we still have time, so I'll definitely do more research. But for the moment, for the time being, I am not touching. The Nvidia ER. But of course, come Sunday, I'll have time to sit down and do my research and do my homework. And if I find an edge, then yeah, we're playing it. But for now, from what I know currently at this moment, way too much conflicting information, right? The sector is mixed results, some beats, some miss. So no, I probably stay away. VIX down a little bit, SPY down a lot. A little bit of divergence here. Let's see here. So I think we're back to having way too many lines in our chart. This definitely does seem like it needs a little bit of a cleanup. So let's just look at the bigger view here so we can very clearly see this. 5 minutes. All right. So what is the SPY telling us today? So our major levels, obviously, yesterday's low right here, right? So this is a level for me. So I'm just gonna smack that right here. 377.75 pre-market low, which like coincidentally was also a support, right? And then pre-market high, which again coincidentally is already a level of resistance we had. So that's a 381.87, and we still don't have today's high. Sorry, yesterday's high is way all the way up there at 385. Right here. So yesterday, like huge range yesterday, which gives us all this, like area to play in inside here, right? So gonna be very interesting to see what happens with the market, right? So you have the VIX dying off. It's almost down 0.5%. SPY is climbing back up, so that's nice. It does seem like the pre-market low is gonna hold, right? I can't really tell if this candle here. Oh no, actually, we're gonna need to move this here because this is the day's low. The pre-market low is actually, which does make more sense, is right about here, right? Yeah, right about here at 379.6, which we actually just reclaimed. So the low of day is here, right? This is the low of day. But yeah, so our four main levels to look at is yesterday's high, 385. We're still very far off from that level. Yesterday's low at 377.75, which seems like we did not test it. We avoided that for now. So let's see if we go back down and test it or what. Pre-market low, which is at 379.6, which seems to be the area that we're going to test at the moment. And of course, we have the pre-market high at 381.8. So this would be my trigger here for calls, if we because we break the 50 MA, we break 200 MA, and we get rid of the pre-market high. Yeah, calls all day, baby. But if it's the other way around, we lose the 377.75. Yeah, it's time for puts, guys. But for now, we have to wait and see. A whole bunch of MAs here before we can get to a bullish area. So we might end up chopping all day. We're having a big VIX drop off here. VIX is down 1%. That is a big drop off. So let's see. Jeff saying wasn't watching BTC, but what happened with the 16% drop in like 2 days? Can't be just from FTX. No, it's all from FTX. Like all of it. People are losing trust in the ecosystem itself. That's a very scary notion. Second biggest platform goes insolvent. It's a very scary aspect. This is like saying like I don't know. Very bad. Goldman Sachs is insolvent, right? So the dollar itself is not affected by it, but you better believe that people are gonna start losing trust in the U.S. economy, right? So very scary. Uh, Apple looking to reverse. Apple calls. Well, let's find out, right? Hopefully, Apple reverses. Uh, Wait, is 1.2 down percent a reversal? It is actually it is. Yeah, it looks like it found a mini bottom here for now, and it does what Apple has been doing every fucking day. This is a mini bear flag here, and we're gonna have to wait and find out whether it plays out or not. But I would say yes, if it does, we can have a strong bounce here. See this here? It went down. It tested yesterday's high. Yesterday's low here, which is at 137.4. So if it's able to maintain this area here, we can see a quick bounce to the 139 level. That'll be a $2 move. So that'll be a nice Apple's calls scalp. But if not, and if it breaks down, we can see 136.6 very quickly here. So be careful with that one, guys. If you want to take a risky call, buy here right at the support, but you're gonna have to cut down if it breaks the day of the low of the day, which is at 137.3. So this is not a play I would take. I'm just saying, like if you're inclined to take something risky, this is definitely a possible play. So VIX all over the place here, down half a point, up half a point, not giving us anything concrete. SPY rejecting the 21 MA, going below the pre-market low here or just hanging around it. So like I said, we're going to be testing this area for a little bit here on the SPY. Unless we get like a big decisive move one way or the other, this is definitely a no play zone for me here. SPY needs to, like figure out what it wants to do for the day. But till then, for me, this is just a wait and watch. While SPY does its thing, let's see if we can find any sort of other plays here. The dollar sort of up a little bit here, could be a little bit bear rally. So, but nothing too much to worry about. 10-year treasuries up 0.6%. That's not nothing. Let's see here. Oil down a lot, 2%, which is good because, oil is down or energy is down. We're going to get, a move in tech, which we're not seeing so far. So that's not really good. Healthcare up 0.15%, which is good. It's the second biggest sector and the SPY. So seems like healthcare is carrying us so far throughout the day. What's finance doing? XLF finance down 0.9%. So yeah, tech needs to make a move here. If tech does not make a move, we can definitely see the tech, being the biggest sector, weighing down on the SPY here today. So hopefully we get some sort of nice move with it. China closed today down 1%, which is not very good. So yeah, gold has been rebounding, guys. I don't know if anyone's interested in gold or has been watching gold, but like gold has made, like, yesterday. Look at this big fab move, right? And gold moving up this much can mean only one thing. This is a hedge move. Gold is a hedge, right? Always has been a big hedge, and this is gold going up this much is a pivot move, right? So I think, like, my guess here, my guess, and I could be wrong. My guess is that, like, people think that the Fed is going to pivot here. So uh, I could be wrong, but we're gonna have to wait and see tomorrow. But I think, like, CPI comes in cool tomorrow, and the Fed pivots the next meeting. Uh, but we're gonna wait and see. Spy, yeah, still not doing much, still hanging around here. So yeah, VIX still hanging around in the middle here. Not the best moves for it. So just gonna have to wait and see. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll be right back. I just need to go very quickly to the men's room, and I'll be right back with you. Right, we are back. Back. DWAC is down 18%. Now that's interesting. That presents an opportunity. Let's have a look. All right. So SPY still in that zone. Looking a little bit bearish here, honestly. If it does break this area here, if it does break the low of the day, 378.5, we can definitely see it going all the way down here to 377.75. Could be a nice scalp if anyone is interested. But let's see. Tesla lost all its gains back below 190, so that's not nice. Apple, yeah, Apple looks like, yeah, looks like it broke down through the line. Not good for Apple, not good for the market. Looks like it's just gonna go straight down to the 136.5 level here, 136.6. So definitely not good. Uh, Netflix falls from grace, right? Back down to 250 level. DWAC. All right, let's see DWAC here. DWAC. Ooh, DWAC down 18%. That is a drop. That is a drop and then some. Uh Not the biggest drop in the world though, honestly, right? Like if you look at it from, let's look at it from a higher time frame because I think it's gonna be a lot more informing here. So the 1 hour, we see the big spike on the possible announcement, right? And then the next day we get the run and we pulled back sort of what, like half, a little bit more than half from the highs here, right? So let's get our fibs and let's see here. So can we say, I don't want to say the start of the run from here. Let's say that from the start of the day, right? So yeah, we're very close to 100% retracement here. So 100% retracement for DWAC will be right here, the 20.5 level, which was interesting. So, all right. So what I'm going to say is not political. I'm just again saying this is what the market might possibly be thinking, is that a lot of people are questioning now Trump's ability as a kingmaker, right? So the election results that came in was pretty much as expected, right? So nothing crazy. We're not seeing, things that shock us, right? DeSantis actually came in and he won Florida, and unexpectedly he has the ability now to, as we saw, turn independent votes to him. So that was something that was unexpected. Trump went out and bashed DeSantis, right? So that wasn't really the best look for it, and this is probably why you're seeing this big drop off here, especially today, because yesterday it held its own, right? Yesterday, if you look at it, it kind of held its own. A healthy drop down made sense, nothing to worry about. But with Trump's, like superpower here, which is ability to, rally the masses around him and decide, how a possible vote might go, especially for, the Republican candidates being called into question. This scares people a little bit here because, hey, like maybe Trump is not going to run if he sees that, or maybe Trump, has lost it a little bit, right? Lost a little bit of his power. So you can definitely see this reflecting in DWAC here. Uh, I think it's a little bit early to tell, and this might be an opportunity, but in my opinion, this is a risky play. This is a very risky play. I again, like, it does have a gap down to fill here from when it ran up, so we can see DWAC falling down a lot here. But I think again, there's a lot of people who are still holding on hope, so we're not seeing a huge massive sell off as of yet. Average 10-day volume for DWAC is 6.2 million. We're almost getting like half of that just today, just pre-market, right? It's not even like 1 hour. It's only half an hour. We already have half of that volume traded. So a lot of people are seem to be, like, I've gotten out pre-market. One good indicator for you guys to look at too, which I don't have on, but I'm gonna add, is the accumulation distribution, right? So distribution is an indicator that I absolutely love, with low liquidity, low volume, penny stocks, OTCs. For me, that's a must. And look here, it paints a much clearer picture, right? So we see a huge rotation down, right? Yesterday, even though the price held, but we see a lot of people getting out of their shares, right? So accumulation distribution now is below where it was before the run. So before the run, it was here at 250 million. We now have accumulation at 248 million, right? So that is a substantial drop here, right? The price does kind of seem to be holding. For me, I would say here I might possibly get in for a lotto, small lotto play in two scenarios. We break and hold the 50 MA, fine. I might get in because hey, I'm seeing strength in it. Or just a pure event driven, news driven play when Trump actually does announce on the 15th. If it drops, it goes below this line, maybe even fills the gap, holds the 200 MA. Yeah, I would get in at the 200 MA for sure. But a very small lotto play, right? If he announces on the 15th and we see, we're gonna get a nice pump here on the WAC. So yeah, these are the two possible entries for calls for me. But in all cases, this is starting to look more like a risky play than anything. We're about to get 100%, retracement here. That means whatever we went up, we lost. So does not really show me a lot of confidence or people holding on the stock. So last thing you want to do is get in and get dumped on. So I'll be very careful with DWAC here. All right. So that being said, let's go back here and check everything quickly. Let's see what the market is doing here. So SPY looks like it's still chopping a little bit here. Interesting to see on the 1 hour, it just bounced off the 21 MA and it's stuck between the 50 MA and the 21 MA here. So that's definitely gonna be interesting. This is the SPX. The SPY looks like it's closer to the 200 MA on the hourly, right? So it's right above the 200 MA, which is overall kind of bullish as long as as long if we can keep this here, right, and we're able to break through this level of resistance here and go towards the 21 MA, that's definitely going to be bullish for us. Like I said, the bigger time frames give you a much better overview, right? So you go to the 5 minute, looks bearish as hell, but you go here and you just look at that, and hey, that's not too bad, right? Like relatively where we are, this candle here, this is the opening candle, the 1 hour opening candle. It's kind of green, right? It's we had because we had like two big red candles on the pre-market, right? So this is not too bad, right? It seems like we bounced up to 200 MA and we're trying to reclaim the 21 MA. So if we're able to break through resistance, we can have a target here, a take profit target at 381.2, right? So we go to our 5 minute chart here to get a much better view. And yeah, we see that here, right? So again, still chopping here, sort of chopping consolidation. But we know now that this area here, 381.6, if we're able to break through this, we can definitely see a run to it as it gets towards the 21 MA. So yeah, we break the 21 MA and might go in for a call. This will make a little bit of sense here to me. VIX going down, which is nice. AMD still down a lot. Nvidia still down a lot. Intel, MU, the whole semi sector is not looking so hot. Tesla all over the place, down a bit, up a bit. For the most part, I want to say it's moving with the market, kinda. But again, I'm not really seeing here any reaction that like people freaking out because Elon is selling or he is selling some more, right? For now, this kind of looks safe-ish, right? So we have this consolidation here yesterday, and we have big reactions to the moves, but yeah, like I'm not getting bearish vibes here, yet. Apple, yeah, Apple is not looking healthy today at all, right? So it had the big drop down. We're gonna have to wait and see if we're gonna get the big move up here or not. Seems to be holding this level for now, the 137.5. So that's definitely nice, right? Like if it's able to hold this, we can see it. We can see big candles here as it goes towards the 21 MA and the 50 MA. Hopefully, maybe eventually to the 200 MA as well, which has been like a very difficult level for Apple for a while now. Amazon down 2%. Yeah, overall seems to be again going up and down. So that's something. Microsoft lost the crazy run that it had. It's only down a little bit though, not too much. So I wouldn't be worried too much if I'm in Microsoft. Meta, nice crazy move here, up 8%. I would still be careful with the $100 psych level here for Meta. That is still sort of in effect. So I'd be very, very careful with that. Uh, yeah, healthcare sector still looks to be a little bit bullish. Finance sector, of course, with the firm and upstart misses, not looking so healthy. PayPal down 2%, banks down a little, not a lot, but overall not doing well. Of course, SQ not look so hot with the firm misses. Uh, yeah, Tesla green again, SPY moving, nothing bearish on Amazon, right? No, I mean, let me just look here again, but uh yeah, you got those leaps, right? So I think we're back to the price around where you got them because yesterday was a green day for Amazon, but then it lost its some of its gains from yesterday. But no, I'm not really seeing anything crazy here on Amazon really. Let's see. No, it's just still consolidating, still within the channel here. So yeah, I'm not getting any bearish vibes from Amazon at all. All right, Tesla. Yeah, Tesla's a little green. Stupid, stupid Tesla. These leaps went from $4 to 3.5. I should have waited, but plenty of time. Thanks for the answer. No, again, I wouldn't look at these leaps for now. Like, if you look at leaps every day, you're gonna go nuts. Like, I have a leaps account. I don't even look at it, right? I buy things and I leave them like for weeks or a month before looking at them. Don't look at the leaves. If you look at it every day, it's gonna drive you nuts, man. Trust me. Yeah, like have a separate Leaps account where you buy Leaps and shares and stuff that you're holding for years, and yeah, just get stuff in there. Like because like I know myself, I'm like you. I worry, right? I see something dropping, and I'm like, why the hell is it dropping, right? So and I go and check the chart, and question myself. So what I eventually came up with, I have a separate account for shares and Leaps. This is sort of my quote unquote retirement account, and I just buy stuff in there. I don't even look at it. And then I have a separate account for trading and all that stuff, right? Call me Dashi Cabbage Hands. No, man, like you're not being crazy here. Like we're all like this. It's just human nature, right? Hey, Spy, nice move up. Look at this, right? Going above the 21 MA. That's very nice. Hopefully we can break again. Hopefully we can go towards the 21 MA, which is about right here, on the 1 hour chart for the Spy. So, but yeah, things starting to look a little bit bullish here for the Spy. So, VIX down 1.7%. So that's definitely something. So maybe we see a change in things soon. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Let's see. Force spy. All right. Let's see what else here. Like again, notice that everything is going up. Like Tesla, Apple making moves, Spy making moves. AMD and Semi is not really reacting to anything at all, right? So, Spy really trying hard here, to break through. Tesla is reacting positively to it. Apple is the same thing. Look at this strong volume, right? Strong pushes here in the Spy. These are very, very, like specific moves. These are very like it really looks like people are look at this very strong candle here on the Spy, very interesting, right? And we have our retest here, of course, of the 50 MA. But yeah, that's extremely, extremely interesting. Hold on, I'm gonna turn the lights on. Spy gap fill, hopefully. Hopefully possible, especially on a day where things are like choppy, like they might just want to fill the gap on the Spy, just for for like things to be clearer and easier to move tomorrow. So it's not out of the question, right? Makes sense. And hey, did you guys see the video thing that I saw? Yeah, look at this meme Winter posted. That's pretty funny. 1.9 billion Powerball winner announced. Okay. Uh, hold on. There's this dude yeah, this guy. Okay, so look at this.
Very unusual that right at 10 o'clock, day after day, we are seeing extremely hard spikes. So here was yesterday. We saw as we came on down towards 10
Right?
o'clock.
So basically, his theory is that every day at 10, we get big spikes on the SPY. And honestly, hey, it's 10, right? Like it's 10 or 10, right? And look at this big spike. Motherfucker, right? Look exactly at 10. Exactly at 10, what happens? Big spike. Man, that dude was right, right? Like his thesis, his theory was right. You know, he says every day we get like spikes on the SPY at 10. And we got that today. Son of a bitch. The guy was right. Like clockwork. Look at this. I wonder who's buying every day because like if it's every day at 10, that means someone is buying, right? So someone is on a like a payment plan or something like that where like automatically buys go in, right? Like Elon does not go open up his broker and then sell shares or his people or whatever. It's a plan. It's set up. It's an automated plan that sells at specific prices and specific times and stuff like that. And son of a bitch, look, he was right. You gotta give it to him, right? The guy was right. 10 p.m. Exactly. Look at this candle. Starts here at 10, and we get the big spike. Exactly like he said he would. Motherfucker. Crazy, right? I wonder why. You know, I wonder why. Itachi is saying maybe Elon does open every 8 p.m. and sells. Yeah, possible. It's not out of the question. I don't know the payment the selling schedule thing that he has, but yeah, very possible. It could be that. Like every day at the open you get a big spike and you sell stuff like that. But it's super interesting that every day at 10 it spikes, right? Maybe or hey, okay, this is very out there, but maybe like Elon sells at the open every like for the first half an hour, then he's done selling, right? So that kind of relieves pressure on Tesla and spikes. But of course, this theory does not make any sense because you'll be seeing Tesla spike here a lot, right? So, yeah, it's something that's gonna be very hard to pinpoint or figure out. But yeah, I mean, like that guy called it, right? He called it, right? I'm just gonna you know, put this here in it. This guy was right. Spike at 10. Uh, okay. Looks like some people got crushed, Ivy crushed on Roblox, and they had to put out of the money. If you guys are in here, I would say like one simple thing is just like like put the sell order before the market opens. Don't wait for the market. By the time you place the order, the crush would have happened. Place your sell order before the market opens and give it a healthy like space. So like if you're selling a contract at $1, put an order for zero point 0.8 or something like that, right? The IB crush happens because a lot of people are selling at the same time, right? So be one of those people who get out, right? Become the crush that you want to avoid. All right. So Tesla looks like we're getting finally some live into it here a little bit. It's above the 200 MA, which is nice. Having trouble with the 50 MA. It does seem like if we break this 50 MA here, we go on up for another, like high of day test, which and also pre-market test, and also yesterday's test. Super critical level 195 break unlocks magical money opportunities for us. So yeah, fingers crossed Tesla breaks 195. Well, should really help out a lot here. VIX almost 2% down, which is definitely nice and welcomed. SPY looks like it's around the 50 MA here and testing it. So that's also very nice. Hopefully, we start making our just like treading on the way up. So that'd be also very cool. We're just gonna have to wait and see here. What else? What else? Coin. It looks like coin because I still have coin calls. So coin does not seem to be doing much. I'm not really seeing much change in my contract options here. Yeah, coin's still around yesterday's level, right? So a little bit of a spike here. Looks like it's bottoming out. Ethereum pulled back a little bit here. Bitcoin, like I said, guys, like I was talking to Sandeep in the morning here about this, but yeah, like like this really seems the end of it to me. Like what's really propping up Bitcoin and Ethereum, and the reason we're not seeing it drop that much with CPIs and all this stuff is because the people who left, right, the people who are left holding Bitcoin and Ethereum are people who have been through so many cycles before, or they're very long-term institutional buyers. They will not sell no matter what. Like you have the Winklevoss twins, right? You have people like CZ, people like Sam, people like all these like big crypto people. There's a lot of people that we don't even know who they are, right? You have the money that's stuck in wallets that are lost, right? You have people like Satoshi who has like a decent amount of crypto just sitting there. You have a lot of people like this who just will not sell, right? This is a lot of people got in right now because they think this possibly might be the bottom. A lot of big institutions are average dollar averaging down right now, right? Because again, this might be the bottom. Uh, Even if Bitcoin goes down to 14, $15,000, which is the most bearish scenario, 17 now is not the worst place to buy, right? It's not like like you're gonna lose a lot, right? Relatively speaking, if you get in now, you don't have a lot to lose. But if crypto really bottoms out here and starts running, you do have a little bit to lose. So this is why I believe like this is it. I could be wrong, who knows, but I think for the time being, this is it for a drop here, really. uh but yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see, right? Who knows with crypto? Just crazy world. uh duh, 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 duh. Netflix. Meta still going up almost at 104. Good for Meta. Microsoft slightly down. Amazon down 2%, but holding at 2%, which is good. Apple back down again. Yeah, Apple is really having a hard time, making any moves up, and it's been this way for the longest time. Like look at this. Apple is not really looking very healthy at the moment. This might be even like an inverted cup and handle here, possibly. Eh, nah, not really. No. I was just thinking that this would be the cup and handle here, but like it's not the best. So no. No, ignore that. But still, again, a macro view, a look from above here is just, again, is very telling for Apple, right? Like this seems to be a very critical level area here for Apple, right? So we can say that definitely that this is an area of like demand here. But again, the $1 million question is like, how long will this remain an area of demand for it, right? So let's see here if we can find at rectangle. There you go. So I'd say this area here, right? So yeah, definitely this area here for Apple, super critical, right? So it needs to hold this. We've seen dipping in here, right? And then shares getting filled. So dip, dip, dip. But we all know, right? The more dips we get into a zone, right, the weaker it gets. So the $1 million question becomes is like, how long can we sustain this? How long can Apple sustain this, right? So uh it's a matter of time. But if we get bad CPI tomorrow, then come on, like it's nuts. I don't think we can take like Apple can take another like uh the zone can take another big hit like that. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Smooth says, so you put it lower than you want, so it will grab the highest offer before the crush. Yeah, exactly. So let's say, like for me, IKBR, and I don't think Schwab has this, and these are the only two brokers that I've used. But like, let's say again, like it shows me that my contract right now is valued, let's say at $1, right? Let's say I bought it at like 10 cents and it shows me, hey, it's a 10x move, right? It's awesome. I want to get out. So it's showing me that the contract right now is valued at $1. I will not sell it at $1. I will sell it at like 0.75 or zero point 0.8, something like that. Right? Yeah, sure. I'll lose money, but better than losing a majority of it to the IB crush, right? So I would lose, I would, like sacrifice that like 25% and just get rid of the contract. And then usually you get like, the selling and the IB crush, which is going to take the contract that price down anyway. Add to that, of course, sometimes there's buying because people will think the stock is cheap, or vice versa. Selling because people think the stock is expensive, and then and then once the stock settles, you get another opportunity to get in for a continued move in that direction, right? So yeah, this is what I usually do. Yeto is saying, just join the stream. Have you gone over CPI plan yet? No, we'll go over it in a little bit once we see, like, once the market settles down a little bit here. We're gonna go over exactly what we're gonna do for tomorrow, right? Crypto Panda saying dollar is falling again. Nice, very nice, very 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 nice. I am the only reason I would be sad to see the dollar falling is because, like I've said this a bunch of times, but we still don't have money in the futures account, which sucks. But like I really was hoping, I could build a nice short. Like remember we're talking about this, I think around here, somewhere here when we're like the DXY, and I was like, it's a good opportunity, good time to start shorting the dollar. And honestly, I'm not too mad because I think like the big move still has not happened yet for the dollar. Uh, like I no, I think we're gonna go down some more here. Look at this, just ginormous move, and this is all interest rate hikes, right? All what happens when the Fed pivots, right? Like just think about it, right? We got this huge big move here, right? All because of the interest rates and all that stuff, right? So what's gonna happen when the pivot comes? And it will come, right? If not this month, then the next or the one after, right? But we're sitting right here. The lows here are obviously like critical support, right? Look at this. Very critical level here, right? It was resistance before, tested a bunch of times, went up here, and then is going back, tested it once, and is testing it again right now. What happens when this level fails? And I do believe eventually it will fail, right? I'll tell you what happens when I find my brush. Yeah, we get this drop here, right? At the very least, right? At the very least, we got to drop to 200 MA, right? A drop at 200 MA from where we are as a drop down to the 104 level, right? I think we get a bigger drop more, but for the short term, that's a very nice short here. That's a very very nice short. If you're playing forex, or if you're playing futures, DXY futures or stuff like that, that is a very big drop. You make serious coin off that. So, just possibility here. Philip is saying, I just read that as much as 20% of crypto is held in lost wallets. Yeah, right. Lost wallets, seized wallets, dude. Like, how much money do you think was seized by the government, or like, and stuff like the Silk Road stuff and all these other things? A lot, right? So no, you have a lot. Like as time goes by with Ethereum and with Bitcoin and stuff like that, you have a lot of stuff where the float is locked, right? Ethereum changed the way they move things, right? And again, is gonna start having a fixed float instead of them just like like perpetually printing Ethereum, right? So as the float gets locked, as the number of coins out there gets locked, then yeah, I mean, what they expect is going to happen. We're gonna hit places where these guys are not gonna sell, so the price will just not budge, right? And we have seen that for the past 6 months on Bitcoin, past 6 months, right? On not Ethereum though, but Bitcoin. Why? Fixed float, right? Which just proves the theory that I'm talking about even more, right? So again, this channel, one we've been talking about almost every day, right? Starting on the 13th of June here. We're stuck in here for a while, right? And yeah, we had crazy drop yesterday, crazy drop today, right? But what happened? We're still in the fucking channel. Nothing changed. We are still stuck in the channel with the big, huge drop from yesterday, with the market, quote unquote, sort of crashing, right? end of the world days, right? And we're still in the channel. Nothing really changed. From a macro point of view, nothing changed, right? Fine. We get out of the channel, right? We can have a chat then. We can discuss then what's going to happen, if the channel breaks down here and we go below it, right? But till then, I don't know. Like nothing really changed for me here when it comes to crypto, you know? All right. Like, yeah, sure, we had like a combined maybe like 15% drop since yesterday, but otherwise, like, if it didn't happen yesterday, we would have had the same drop over probably the course of 10 days, 1% here, 2% there. So it was inevitable of sorts. Okay, so let's see what everything is doing here. If we're getting a firm upstart making a little bit of a comeback here. Uh but not enough to justify anything. Meta sort of like holding around the 7.5 area here, so that's something. Apple, yeah, Apple's still hanging around the 1.5%. Amazon recovered a little bit, nothing major though. Microsoft still stuck where it's are. Tesla stuck where it's at. AMD got a little bit worse, but not too worse. VIX is still stuck around the 1.5 area. SPY back to being down 0.5%. So it looks like the market, uh, yeah, it looks like the market just hanging around, right? Not doing much here. So this looks again, this is a like textbook chop, right? So big moves up, big moves down, and then it'll be smaller moves up, smaller moves down, smaller moves up, and then we just get like infinite chop here. So we have no major economic events today, no major earnings. We have CPI tomorrow. All these things combined, just yeah, they're the perfect recipe, like absolute perfect recipe for a chop sideways day. Like makes sense to me here. I'm not surprised seeing that. It actually says let's go. I was a baby. Let's go. Still can't believe PE is at 16. Like that's low AF. Well, some people will argue that it's a little bit high, right? Some people will still say that 16 PE is a little bit high. But especially given like the retail side of Amazon is not that profitable. But no, I mean realistically speaking, for people who are not like for people who don't live in textbooks and actually believe in like actual real world scenarios, yeah, like Amazon is an absolute steal at 16. Definitely 100%. Like it only has room to the upside from here. The only question is how long it will take to get there. And again, days like the CPI tomorrow and the FMOC will be critical, right? Because you want to see how sturdy Amazon is, right? Again, like you look at the 1 hour, you look at the 1 day, right? And you want to find out, right? Like you want to find out how sturdy Amazon is. And judging by this chart here, like looking at the 1 hour, looking at the 1 day too, we are seeing this, right? Big, huge drop, huge drops, right? We're still oversold, right? Nothing has changed. So a day like tomorrow comes, right? And things are pretty bad. What's going to happen for an oversold stock like Amazon, right? It will drop, sure, but like how much? I think we're like CPI comes in bad tomorrow. Amazon drops from 88 where we are now. Worst case scenario, 85.7, right? Like it will drop to this area here. Again, you can use the same example that we used before, or sorry, we use the same method, and we can just draw a little area of demand here, and we can say that this right here is a very obvious right demand zone, like right here, right? So I think it goes in, and we have more than enough demand here in this place to just like justify it dropping to 85 and then probably bouncing right back, right? Amazon has been beaten down long enough, so we're just gonna have to wait and see though, right? I heard something about PA ratio for mega blue chips bottoms during recessions is about 15. Yeah, that would make sense. I haven't heard this saying before, but just off top of my head, makes sense. Yeah, if someone just told me this like you did, I would say makes sense. I would not be surprised. I can definitely see that. Like you're not gonna see Apple trading at a 2 PE, right? It's not a small cap, right? That's never gonna happen, right? I don't care how overvalued or unfair the valuation is. Apple is not gonna trade at like a 5 PE. Tesla is not gonna trade at like a 6 PE or a 10. That's not gonna happen, you know? Like if this happens, the market will be like just will freak the fuck out, you know? No, I don't think. I think like low teens is like this is where stocks like that, you know, like Amazon, your Apples, all this stuff becomes like absolute steals. Tesla, you want a higher multiple though, because Tesla is sort of considered a growth stock, so you want higher multiples for Tesla, you know. If that happened, we are in 2008 times 10. I would agree. Yeah, I would definitely agree. But I really doubt that will happen, you know. Like a reason why with all the bad stuff, you know, and a company like Apple, if you look at it, is still kind of holding its own. Do you know how much Apple has in cash reserves? It's uh like I think it was 200 billion, something like that, just in cash alone, right? So and yeah, but forget about pricing that in terms of assets, but just think about that in terms of like they can withstand a recession, they can hire or keep people if they need to, right? They can support their own company for as long as they have to, right? So you have your blue chips like Amazon and Apple and Microsoft with like ginormous cash reserves. Yeah, I would be super shocked if we trade at lower multiples. And value investors can go on all day if they want about like how overvalued and it's still not the right valuation. Like to that, I would say, dude, join join 2000 and you know, join the late 2000s, right? You're still stuck in the 60s, right, and 70s with your textbooks, and no, the market has changed. It's not the way things are. You have to adapt, right? So at least this is what I think. So who knows? I could be wrong. So on the daily chart, SPY paints an absolute perfect picture of what I'm talking about. Look at this doji candle here. And look at these, you know, sort of like long wick or doji candles the past few days, right? Again, very boring, you know, very rangy days, right? So you have like, you know, big wicks up, big wicks down, but nothing, you know, we don't have a bulky movement here, right? Today, so far, is still shaping up to be like a super doji day here. Just we might get a nice doji right on the 50 MA. So 50 MA for the SPY is 378.3. So that will definitely be a level to keep an eye on. We lose that level, yeah, you start getting into puts for sure, right? But yeah, of course we had that level before it and this level before it here, so it might take some time, but we'll see. SPY, yeah, SPY starting to look a little bit more bearish here, right? SPY not looking healthy at all. Itachi says Apple cash in hand could fund an entire war alone. Apple cash in hand could probably buy a couple of countries. You know, that's the thing. Citizen saying Tesla selling off. Well, it's Tesla being Tesla, right? It loves to run up a lot and it wants to sell off, but I would not call this a sell off because if you zoom off here a little bit, it's really A, moving with the market, and B, still consolidating around this area here. So, yeah, if it drops all the way below the 186, I would consider that a sell off. But if it keeps hanging around this region here, this level here, then yeah, I wouldn't be too worried as of yet. But looks like the market is taking a turn for the bearish here. Amazon dropped from 2% to 3%. Apple from 1.5 to 2%. Microsoft from 0.5 to 1. Yeah, so looks like tech is kind of like selling off as a whole. Not a good look so far here. Healthcare still holding its own, so good for it. Finance, yeah, looking a lot worse than when we looked at it before. We're getting like decent big red numbers here, 1%, 2% on the major banks, so not a good look either. Uh, Boeing beast, obviously. Wow, Boeing is 170. That is crazy. I mean, look, with everything going in the market, guys, look at this, just like straight line up. This is just like nuts. This is crazy, right? The power of guidance, right? Power of guidance for a company that has not had guidance for a very long time. Uh, but it just goes to show you like how big and strong Boeing is, right? Let's see here. How's DWAC doing, I wonder? Uh, let's see. Will DWAC give us an entry opportunity or is it all over? So DWAC 5 minute and does not. seem to be doing too much. If you look at the accumulation distribution here on the 5 minute, paints a different picture, right? So it seems to be holding steady here, which is bullish, on the lower time frame. This I would say bullish short term, right? I like to look at the accumulation distribution on higher time levels. Gives you a much better picture. But yeah, I would definitely be looking at least for the 21 level to hold. If this level holds, then okay, fine. We can say sort of like, hey, consolidation here all the way up to the 15th when he announces. But yeah, I would wait for CPI. I would either wait, of course, for 200 emitter claim, which does not seem like it's going to happen, or CPI. If CPI comes in decent, I would go in for a call here. Or it drops a lot. It really needs to drop a lot for me to go in for a call. Like I need to see like 18 or something like that to get a call. I don't know. I want to get in DWAC for a small lotto play for the 15th, right? Like it has the potential to make a lot of money. But it is a lot of play. So if I'm doing a lot of play, I want to have a decent entry here. So I'm not rushing with this one. If an opportunity presents itself, cool. But if not, I'm not gonna force it. Tesla back below 190. Ugly. Wow. Semis almost down 5%. Semis on their own seem to be pulling the market down. Like Apple is not looking hot. Uh, but like semis are just making everything much worse than they should be. It's just disgusting. VIX. Wow, VIX huge recovery. Damn, look at that, guys. Big fat candles, unable to break through the 200 MA, just held the 200 MA here, and just very big bounce right off it back to the area where it has been chopping all morning. That's very interesting. So yeah, I mean, of course, accompanied with back where we were, we had tested 50 MA. It was like, no, no, thank you. And whatever we gained, like, look at this. This is like someone copy pasted this. It's like a mirror, like with the wicks and everything. Pretty much a similar move here. So yeah, SPY looks like it's chopping here so far. Looks obviously more bearish than it is bullish. For me, nothing has changed. We're still chopping inside here. No play. For me to get puts, I want to see a break of yesterday's low, which is 377.75. And first take profit target for me will be 375.3, and the next take profit target for me would be the 50 EMA, which is at 373 right here, somewhere in this area. Only if that happens, but for now, we'll see. We probably are going to end up chopping the whole day with like moves up and down like this. So, uh, yeah, we're just gonna have to, hold our breath. All right, so let's see. How is Roblox doing? I wonder. Roblox. Again, like the theory is, like it's cheap, so it goes up a little bit, people buy, and then like it drops down, continues the continued move since earnings did not really present us with anything. So let's see if the theory holds. Yeah, looks like it did, right? So we had this big run up, people, getting in, but pretty much lost, like all like pre-market and intraday gains. Also does help, of course, that the market is bearish here, so definitely helps push it down some more. So that's always nice. I'm just trying to see if this is a good opportunity to get to short Roblox more or not. The RSI definitely has room to go down some more. But very obviously, this is becoming an area of support here, right? It was unable to break through, on the pre-market, and still intraday seems to be, having a problem with this area here. So I would keep an eye on this. If we can successfully break through this level here, uh, yeah, I might get a put for Roblox. Like if we can finally break through this level here, I can definitely see that play out. Wow, Disney 11%? The fuck happened in their earnings? This is like extremely bad. You would not think to see Disney down 11%. Earnings per share were horrible, down 50%. As big far cry from what was expected. Oh, yeah. Revenue down 1 billion. It must be that Chinese like park that shut down. Hmm. But yeah, just keep an eye on Roblox if you want another another like put play here, if you will. And I think I'm not sure, but I would think that if anyone is holding and people who are worried about Roblox puts, if their IV got crushed, and think they have another nice opportunity to get out now, it will probably not be as high as IV, but I would say at least like half, maybe, if not more, of the value than when the market opened, right? Because the market opened right here, right? So we are well below the market open. So you should be getting like you should definitely be in the green. Like if you still have Roblox puts from yesterday, you should definitely be in the green. So, um, all right, see, okay, yeah, there you go. Casual user held his put and he made $90. So good for him. That's nice. Uh, Kyug is saying, picking up anything Ash. I was thinking more affirm calls. Dot dot dot. Well, can't lose them. Can't win everything, my man. No need to be sad about a play, right? So you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. But yeah, I mean, if you wanna play, blame me for it, go for it. I mean, as long as you're being respectful, I don't really care, you know. So yeah, all right. Disney 12. Let's see here. Coin. Ouch. Coin took a decent hit here. Yeah, Coin just lost the 50 MA and just like absolutely sliced down here. Uh, yeah, because Ethereum lost probably the 1200 level and that scared people off a little bit. So, uh, I don't know, or maybe something was announced. Let's go see on Twitter. Meta massive layoffs. We already knew that. In respects. Hmm. All right, so CZ Binance posted this in the spirit of transparency. We might as well share the actual note sent to all Binance team globally a few hours ago. Sure, you are posting this because you want to be transparent and nice, not because it's going to serve you some way. So let's see what he's saying here. Binanceans, given the events that transpired over the last couple of days, I want to reiterate a few points. One, we did not master plan this or anything related to it. Wink, wink. It was less than 24 hours ago that SPF called me. Before that, I had very little knowledge of the internal state of things at FTX. Liar. I could do some mental calculations with our revenue to guess theirs, but it would never be very accurate. I was surprised when he wanted to talk. My first reaction was he wants to do an OTC deal, but here we are. Two, as the due diligence for the deal is ongoing, I want to remind everyone do not trade FTT tokens. Oh my God. Yeah, this is why he's sharing this. Uh, if you have a bag, you have a bag. Don't buy or sell. As soon as I finished with the call with SBF yesterday, I asked our team to stop selling as an organization. Yes, we have a bag, but that's okay. More importantly, we need to hold ourselves to a higher standard, even in banks. Three, obviously, do not comment on the deal publicly or internally if you're not involved directly, blah, blah, blah. Four, FTX going down is not a good for anyone in the industry except you. Don't view it as win for us. It is a win for you. User confidence is severely shaken. Yeah, sure. That's why they're going to Binance. Regulators will scrutinize exchanges even more, like they did after Celsius or 3AC. I don't know. Regulation is coming, but it's not going to be because of this. I hope it's because of this. I mean, we win. Licenses around the globe will be harder to get, and people now think we are the biggest and will attack us more. Aw. But that's okay. We are used to being open and leaning into headwinds. In fact, we embrace scrutiny. We must significantly increase our transparency, proof of reserves. Yeah, the proofs of reserves thing will kill crypto, right? Which is good. Like it's good. But basically, if he does it, right? Like if he does it, if he says like, hey, I am a good exchange. I am a good fund holder because, hey, this is the proof of reserves, right? This is the proof that I actually hold this, blah, blah, blah. Then this becomes the standard. And everyone else now has to do that, or they will be considered a shady organization. And this will force everyone who has problems or like things going wrong under the hood, they will all be exposed because anyone who cannot show proof of reserves will automatically be branded a liar and a scammer, and people will just get out of there just to go with someone who has proof of reserves. So good thing for sure, of course it will benefit us all, protect us, but yeah, he knows what he's doing. He's doing this to even consolidate power even more, right? Insurance funds, yeah, he has the Seifu thing, so which he topped up today, wink wink. A lot more to come in this area. We have a lot of tough work, blah blah blah. Five, speaking of prices, as I've said many times over the years, ignore the prices. Let's keep our heads down and focus on building proppers. Okay, sure. Lastly, I want to say I'm really proud of each of you. Pat on the back, all that love. All right, so yeah, this is I would not say this is the best thing in the world for crypto, but hey, it is what it is, right? So this was announced an hour ago. An hour ago. We're right now what we are 10:50 almost, right? So an hour ago was here. Uh, yeah, and this is like again, see, we're making a recovery, right? Going up, and then this is around where the announcement comes in, and yeah, we start the sell off. So yeah, that's crazy. Tesla send off, crypto dumping is probably why. BTC in the 16K now. No, it's still 17-ish, a little bit higher. Was from it anyway. Yeah. That's actually crazy. Indeed it is. Yeah, this whole thing is super crazy, man. This whole thing just came out of nowhere. Very, 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 very crazy. Let's see. Firm losing some more money. Yes, to be expected. Uh, Apple down 2% now officially, right? So I think it's well below the line here. Yeah, it looks like it's heading for that zone again. So that's not gonna be pretty for Apple. But hopefully it bounces off it, right? So I mean it's right here at the 136.6 level. You know, we said if it's gonna lose this, it's probably gonna go back down there. So it did. Uh, but yeah, Tesla down almost 1% again, below 190. Seems to be having trouble just staying above that line. So that's not so pretty. AMD, Nvidia, still the same. Bix, damn, Bix just turned green. That's definitely not a good look here. Yeah, look at VIX. It's just like it's going all the way up to the upper channel here. If VIX can slice through this, yeah, that's not a good day for anyone. You're gonna see like everything start reversing very quickly because if VIX can finally snap through this level here, you're gonna see big candles up, which means big candles down for the SPY. So yeah, looks like puts time is getting near here, right? And also this might possibly, not as if yet, but might possibly, since everything is looking bearish, we might be getting, head and shoulders here forming, possibly, right? This does not look like head and shoulders. This looks like something else. But we're mature adults here, so I'm gonna remove this. But yeah, you get what I'm saying though. Shoulder here, right, and shoulder here, and possible head. Not the best looking one. You kind of want it to be, a little bit narrower here, but hey, it is what it is, right? So, just something to keep in mind here because, uh, if this forms here, might fall down and die. Well, says appreciate he said Winklevi instead of Winklevosses. Yeah, I'm all about accuracy, my friend. I'm all about accuracy. Uh, But yeah, it does seem like a head and shoulder forming here. Uh, if we get 377.75 break, clean, nice break, I probably will go into puts. I just want to see like how it breaks it, but head and shoulders, VIX up, everything here seems to be taking a big giant hit. Yeah, we might get a drop soon, so just keep an eye here on everything, right? But we've been streaming for 2 hours now, so we're gonna take. I'm gonna end this for now. I might be back again for another stream towards the end of the day. But for now, I'm just gonna take a little break here. That'll be it for me. I need to go feed the dogs. So yeah. Uh, be careful, guys. Keep a level. Keep an eye on these levels that we're talking about. It's very important. Please don't forget to like the video. Jump in on the Discord. And because we might do another stream towards the end of the day here before the close. Obviously, I'll let you guys know if that happens. But yeah. Danielle is asking, are you still posting your plays in Discord? Not really. I haven't. I don't think I have posted it in Discord for the past few days, but I will. I will now. If I take anything, I'll definitely post it in Discord again because someone brought up the point yesterday that like not everyone is in the stream. So yeah, yeah, I'll definitely post in Discord. But yeah, I'll see you soon, guys. Please don't forget to like the video if you have not, and see you in the Discord. Cheers.